Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. It's been a long time since I've heard the word apprentice, but it's coming back in a big way in Delaware. To talk more about that is Stacey Laing, who is the Director for the Division of Employment and Training for the Department of Labor, and it is the Apprentice and Training Program.
Yes, apprenticeship and training.
Apprenticeship and training.
Yep.
Yeah, I was saying I haven't heard about apprentices for a long time. Everybody talks about interns now. What's the difference?
Well, the great thing with the apprenticeship program is the model of the apprenticeship, it combines on-the-job training and it's coupled with an employer. So you basically have to have an employer who's willing to sponsor the apprentice, and they would actually bring the apprentice on. They would be an employees of theirs, and they also would assign a mentor to them within their organization. Now, in addition to that, you're required to do, like I said, on-the-job training hours, and you're also required to do additional occupational skills training, which is usually in a classroom setting.
And where is the classroom setting?
So in the state of Delaware, we have a great program. So many of the surrounding states don't support the apprenticeship program like the state of Delaware does. So in Delaware, the classroom training is offered by the VOTEC schools.
So it's a federal grant?
Yes, so right now the state of Delaware's apprenticeship program is fully supported by the state. So this apprenticeship and training grant is actually bringing some federal dollars into the program, which is going to allow us to plan for the expansion of the program. As a result of getting this grant, it puts us in a much better position to go after some grants that are going to be offered at the end of the summer, and that's where we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck.
Nice. How many apprentices are we talking about?
Currently, the state of Delaware has 1,000 apprentices in 23 different occupations.
And can people still apply for this?
Yes, anyone can apply. All they need to do is call the Apprenticeship and Training Office if they're interested in. Now, the important thing to remember is if you want to enter the apprenticeship program, you need to really kind of do some research and look for an employer who's willing to sponsor you, because it is a very strong partnership between the apprentice and the employer who sponsors them, and also the state supporting the training.
It's up for the person who wants to be an apprentice to find the employer?
Well, you want to do some research and you want to see what occupations are growing and maybe see if there's some interest, but the apprenticeship and training program can also help you.
So an important part of it is the relationship between the state and the businesses. Aside from having an employee trained for them or with them with some funding from the state, what's the benefit for them?
Oh, there's a lot of benefits actually for the employer. Well, with the employer, you're going to get someone, history has shown that apprentices and anyone who goes through an apprentice program is actually an employee that's going to stay with the employer for a longer period of time. You have lower turnover. You can actually drive the employees' training. So if you have an area that you know that you want to concentrate some training in, you can be sure that the mentor and the other employees in the company really help the employee get up to the level that you're looking for.
So when you talk about 1,000 apprentices,
yes.
Does that mean there's 1,000 businesses that are doing this?
Currently, we work with currently the Department of Labor works with about 300 employers that sponsor the apprentices. And that's one of the things of the grant is we're looking to expand that. So we're looking to expand in occupations because there's about 1,000 occupations that are eligible to be in the registered apprenticeship program. Right now, Delaware has about 23. So we're looking to expand the occupations and expand the apprentices.
What kind of occupations are we talking about right now? Like the apprentices you have, what are the occupations?
In the state of Delaware, it's most heavily in the trades, the construction trades. So the electrical trades is the highest, and then it's followed by plumbing and then HVAC.
Does somebody need any prior experience with that? Does that help?
I wouldn't say prior experience, but maybe if you have an interest in it, it's a great way to get, like I said, where you would get a mentor, and it's a great way for knowledge to be passed down to the next generation.
How do the businesses, how accepting are the businesses of this?
Well, that's actually, you have to it's a commitment. So if you know that you want to put someone in the apprenticeship program, that you know there's going to be work for them in years to come. So for instance, an industry or a business that maybe is struggling, that you're not sure if you're going to have the employment slots like 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, you probably don't want to bring an apprentice on. But if you're struggling to train your employees and you want to grow and you don't know where to start, this is a great program for you.
So this is more about, this isn't trying to get some cheap labor and expensive labor for a
No.
short-term project.
No.
This is more about building a business and making sure your employees are going to be there for a long time and making a commitment to employees, and that's what apprentices are all about.
Yeah, it's what's known as the other 4-year degree, but it's really, you want to have at least really a 4-year commitment. Yeah, that's just kind of the average for the apprentice.
Well, it's funny you said the other 4-year degree. Is it for people? Is it for people that don't go to college?
Well, it's going to combine classroom training and working, but most of the apprenticeships are about 8,000 hours. It's going to take you about 4 years. For every 1,000 hours, you need for every 1,000 hours on the job, you need about 144 hours of classroom.
So it'd be
training.
difficult to be doing anything else except for this.
Yeah.
How do you get more information on this?
Just call the Apprenticeship and Training Office at 761-8200, and they'll be glad to assist them.
Great, thank you for
Thank
coming in.
you very much.
Good luck with the program. Stacey Laing, Director for the Division of Employment and Training for the Department of Labor. When we come back, an unusual program using Shakespeare to help at-risk kids. We'll talk about that and the Delaware Shakespeare Festival when the Delaware Way returns.